man, what a difference 3 games makes in the American League Championship Series. First, the Yankees go up 1-0 in the ALCS. Then they lose a really tough heartbreaker in game number 2 before heading back to the Bronx to lose 2 straight. So the story heading into Friday night is the Yankees are on the brink of elimination.
Yeah, there's not too many mistakes. That's the biggest thing. We just haven't been getting, that one pitch, out over the plate when we got guys on base. That's just one thing we're missing. So trying to capitalize on those. But I wouldn't say they're pitching us too different. A lot of off-speed pitches, sneak a fastball in there every now and then. But we just got to capitalize. That's the biggest thing. We got to capitalize when we got opportunities.
No, I mean, you're not really thinking about the offense or anything like that. It's more about you not executing the pitch and, just giving up 3 runs, in one swing. So, I'm just kicking myself for that pitch.
You gotta forget about these 3 games we got lost. Believe in the team that we have. We believe in ourselves. We gotta flush it out and come back ready to play tomorrow.
Game 1 was the high, but games 2, 3, and 4 have been the lowest of lows. Even the defense fell apart in game 4 last night from the stadium. I honestly don't have any answers for you folks. I wish that I did. A pair of 3-run home runs from George Springer and Carlos Correa paced the Astros as they defeated the Yankees 8-3 in game 4 of the ALCS to take a 3-1 series lead. The Astros are now 1 win away from reaching the World Series for the 2nd time in 3 years, where they would meet the upstart Washington Nationals. The Nats swept the St. Louis Cardinals earlier this week. As for last night, Zach Greinke got the start for the Stros and immediately found himself in hot water. The right-hander issued 3 walks in the bottom of the 1st inning, the last of which came with the bases loaded and forced in a run to give the Yankees an early 1-0 lead. The lead wouldn't last long as Springer followed with a 3-run blast to left field off Masahiro Tanaka, putting the Stros on top 3-1. Gary Sanchez would homer later for the Yanks, but that was after the Correa blast. CC Sabathia even looks like he injured his shoulder in the loss. Really tough night in the Bronx, at least for Yankee fans. The Pinstripers will look to avoid elimination in Game 5 of the ALCS tonight at home. James Paxton will oppose Justin Verlander. If not, Games 6 and/or 7 will be Saturday and Sunday, respectively, in Houston. We shift gears to the NFL gridiron and a victory, a win for the New York Jets last Sunday in the Meadowlands. Gangrene's offense was as unsightly as an offense could be during quarterback Sam Darnold's 3-game absence from the lineup, recovering from mono, but they were much better against the Dallas Cowboys when Darnold returned to action in a Week 6 win. We go back inside the locker room for more.
Well, I felt good out there. It was good to hear the fans roar again and be out there on the field with my teammates. There's no better feeling. When you're out for so long like I was, you realize that this game's a privilege to play it. So it was just good to be back out there.
It's a lot different, having your guy in there. He's the kind of the leader on the offense. When you got a guy calling the plays in the huddle, getting the guys lined up, making all the checks and things like that. When you miss that for a few weeks, it's tough, So the fact that he's back out there, it shows.
It felt great to get a W, Like if I would have had that game, and God forbid we would have lost, I wouldn't feel like this, So it felt great to get that win.
Honestly, just doing our job, man. Playing as as one on defense. That was our main goal. That was our main focus going in. And believe it or not, we've had 2 outstanding weeks of practice. Last week, obviously, we just didn't get it done. But going into this week, we knew we had to get this win, and we knew what it took and what it's going to take. It's just communication and playing hard.
Darnold thinks the arrow is pointing in the right direction. He believes when everyone is healthy, the Jets' offense can be unstoppable. They face the 6-0 New England Patriots on Monday Night Football. Now would be a good time for unstoppable, Sam. The Jets are 1-4 and feeling good, but sorry to say, I'll take the Pats, Rena. to go 7-0. The Jets got their star back last weekend. The Giants might get theirs this weekend. Big Blue running back Saquon Barkley was a full participant in practice for the second straight day on Thursday, but he didn't guarantee he's playing against the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday. Barkley said he's taking his return day by day. When asked if he's definitely going to play, Barkley added that he has no doubt that his ankle would hold up well. Giants Cardinals 1 p.m. kickoff Sunday at MetLife. We'll have you covered, of course. Tune in on Monday for Monday Open for more. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. On the NHL ice, the New Jersey Devils topped the New York Rangers 5-2 Thursday night. The Devils are back in action Saturday afternoon against Vancouver. Meanwhile, the Islanders skate in Columbus Saturday night. The Rangers are in Washington tonight. Puck drops at 7. NBA preseason action. Toronto and Brooklyn play tonight at 7:30, while the Knicks take on #1 pick Zion Williamson and the New Orleans Pelicans tonight at 8. Knicks fell to Atlanta 196 Wednesday. The Nets defeated the LA Lakers 91-77 last Saturday. In the grand scheme, just preseason hoops. And on a final sports roundup note, the Kansas City Chiefs crushed Denver 30-6 on Thursday Night Football, but may have lost their star quarterback in the process. The Madden curse continues until Patrick Mahomes emerges from an MRI tube today and doctors read the results. We're limited to the impressions of others. Early reports of a dislocated right kneecap emerged quickly last night, and Mahomes himself tried to tweet out an upbeat message. The Chiefs have 4 more weeks before their Week 12 bye, with games against the Packers, Vikings, and Titans falling within that best-case window. Those could be in the hands of backup Matt Moore. Tough break both literally and figuratively for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for how the Yankees might be able to pull the upset of upsets. Yeah, listen, even me, the eternal optimist, isn't feeling good right now. I actually have been waving the white towel the last 2 nights at the ballpark. The Yankees have lost their mojo, folks. Game 4 of the ALCS was a gigantic letdown for the Yankees for a myriad of reasons. They lost, first and foremost, 8-3 to the Astros to fall behind 3-1. Their fans didn't have any zest in the crowd, in my opinion at least. CC Sabathia exited with an injury, likely the final time he'll pitch in his career. Very sad, of course. The offense went 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. But the biggest letdown of the night, though, was the Yankees' defense. They committed 4 errors, their highest total in a postseason game since committing 5 errors in Game 2 of the 1976 ALCS. Make no mistake, the 2 3-run homers by George Springer and Carlos Correa were the big blows in the game, but the errors contributed to the loss and were downright demoralizing. Sounds bleak, right? But listen. Just like Judge said last night in the postgame, this is baseball. Stranger things have happened. When Boston came back in 2004, it only took 1 play to swing the series. The Red Sox had new life. The Yankees need to find that play today and build from it. As many of our viewers probably know, my mom passed away in August. I wanted the Yankees to win the World Series so bad for her. But sometimes things just don't come together. Yet, I know if she was giving her pregame pep talk to the Bombers today, she would say, just begin at the beginning. The hardest part is starting. Do your best and let the rest take care of itself. And most importantly, believe in miracles. The next man up has been the mantra all season long, and it should remain that way today. Justin Verlander, folks, is not perfect. He's beatable. In fact, the last closeout game in the ALDS, he didn't close out. You remember what happened. Verlander gave up 3 runs in the first inning, coughed up 2 bombs, struggled with his control for 3 walks during an ineffective stretch with sliders for 3 2/3 innings. He departed to a jeering Tropicana Field crowd and with the worst game score of any of his postseason starts. Here's a motivating stat as well. It's Yankee Stadium, not including wildcard games. This is the 70th Yankees postseason series. Only once have they lost 3 straight at home to end a series, and that happened 77 years ago. In the 1942 World Series, New York dropped 3 straight at home against the St. Louis Cardinals to lose in 5 games. This year's Yankees went 57-24 at home during the regular season. Not once did a team beat them 3 times in a row on their own turf. Win Game 5, take your chances in Game 6, and set up the showdown against Garrett Cole in Game 7. He hasn't lost since May 22nd. Stranger things have happened. Begin at the beginning. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C.